Hi, this is Mrs. Ziegler, and I'm going to go over dimensional analysis. So, we know that dimensional analysis is the mathematical way to convert units from what you start with to what you need based on their equivalent quantities. So, these are the basic steps when solving a problem. I highly recommend you write them down in your notebooks. So the first thing that you have to do is your knowns. You should write down all the known information that you know based off of what the problem is asking you. Once you have that down, you need to write down all your unknowns. You have to figure out what are you trying to find. Then, once you have that information, you are going to write out the formula that you need to solve the problem. Then you're going to plug in the known information into your formula, and then you're going to solve for your unknown, making sure that your units stay when necessary. So that is essentially what dimensional analysis is. So what this is called a unit path. So you have access to this. Using this, you are going to make a path. When I say a path, I'm talking about when things are equal to each other. Okay, so we can see that there's different conversions for different units. So whatever is equal to each other, we're going to use that as a path to get from one unit to another. So using this, we're going to fill this out. So this is for the volume path. So here we've already started cups and quarts. So looking at our conversions, we know that these are the conversions that can lead to different ways. So looking at our paper, you should see that the cup is equal to the quart. Then on our conversion paper, we will look again to see is there anything else that is also equal to the cup? Based off of this, there is. So when we look, we'll see that the cup is also equal to the quarts, or I'm sorry, to the ounce. Okay, then you know that the ounce is equal to the cup, but then when we look, we also see that it's also equal to cubic centimeter. We will also see that the quart is equal to the cup, but is also equal to something else, and that the cubic centimeter is also equal to whatever's equal to the quart, which is actually liter. So if you ever have a problem in which you have something that starts with ounces and we need to go to liter, we can either go through ounces to cup to quart to liter, or we can go from ounces to cubic centimeters to liter. But you will see that there are different paths that we can use to get to the units that we need. Now, if we have units that we know will equal from one to the other, then that makes it easier. But when we don't, this is how our path lies. We're going to do another one. This is an easy one. This is a time path. So you don't necessarily need to look at your sheet. So we know that the second is equal to the minute, and minute is equal to hours, and hours are equal to days. And the day can actually be equal to different things, but based off of our choices here, we know that's equal to a year. We also know it's equal to a week. We also know that it can be equal to months. But again, these are the different paths that we can do for time. So we are going to do a dimensional analysis problem that uses time. So we're going to start with our problem. So we have how many minutes are in 5 years. So here it's asking us, what do we start with? So again, you always start with what you've been given. So I've been given 5 years. Now we're trying to find our unknown. What unit do I need to end with? Well, based off of our problem, we know that it is minutes. So this I call the fence post. Okay, you can call it whatever you want, but dimensional analysis is where you're going to start with what you've been given. So in this case, we're going to start with 5 years, and you're going to multiply by the conversion factors of things that are equal to each other. So this line means multiply. This line means divide. So essentially, this is one way that we can draw it. Another way you can draw it is where you have your beginning and you're multiplying by fractions, where the fractions are the different conversions that are equal to each other. What you have to remember is whatever unit you start with, that unit needs to be diagonal. So here I have years. So down here I will have years. Based off of our conversion, we need to know what's equal to the year. We know that day is equal to the year. Since day is not what I want, I have to put the unit directly diagonal to cancel it out. What's on top will be what it's equal to. In this case, it's hour. Again, hour is not what I want, so I'm going to put that diagonal to cancel it out. I know that the hour is equal to minutes. Minutes is what I want. So now, after I have all my units in place, I just add the numbers based off of what my units are. Okay, so here I put my unit because this is my leftover unit because years cancel, days cancel, hours cancel, so minute is what's left over. Now mathematically, if the numbers are above the line, you're going to multiply them. If it's underneath the line, you're going to divide by each of these numbers. Since they're all one, all I'm going to do is multiply across. So this would be my answer. Again, that is just a quick overview of how to do dimensional analysis. The best way to learn how to do dimensional analysis and to get good at it is to practice. If you have any questions, please make sure you reach out.